Welcome to our loyal viewers. In this video, we will give you an idea of a profitable and useful project and suggest important information and basics for raising chickens. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell button to receive all new updates, and share with us your comments, and do not skimp on us with your suggestions. Let's start. What is chicken? Chickens are the name given to 60 subspecies of non-flightless medium-sized birds whose domestication has spread among humans since prehistoric times in search of their eggs and meat. It is believed that the origin of all domesticated hens presently present in different parts of the planet is thanks to a type of bird called the red jungle rooster that is found in India, and humans have succeeded in domesticating it thousands of years ago, so they transported it with them to all continents. It is possible that the number of chickens around the world is more than any other type of bird, because it is estimated that the amount of chickens that the world population consumes annually is 28 billion kilograms, and therefore the number of eggs that they eat is about 500 billion eggs annually. The weight of an adult hen ranges between half a kilogram and 5 kilograms, depending on the type, and thus the hen is characterized by being a bird that cannot fly except that its body is completely covered with feathers away from the scales of the legs, and two fleshy growths on its body, and it is called the summit, above the beak, and the deltoid, under the beak. It is red in color thanks to the flow of blood through it. The poultry farming project is classified as one of the projects that achieve continuous financial profits, due to the large demand for poultry and its products in the local and international markets. Poultry farms are considered permanently productive farms, due to the daily increase in consumption of its products, and the projects that depend on raising poultry are classified as one of the successful commercial projects, because it depends on a set of processes that contribute to the development of poultry production, and the increase in its quantity over time, which leads to the success of the project in achieving its goal, especially with the continuous demand for poultry farm products through individual orders, or that depend on commercial deals between breeders' poultry, and medium and large commercial stores that depend on selling all the products of these farms. Among the basic requirements that you need to raise chickens at home. Firstly, the housing. The floor must be cement, and the house must contain hay, straw and sawdust on its floor, and it is very important to clean and ventilate to prevent moisture, and also must be equipped with a sufficient number of feeders in which to put food and drink. The dwelling must be very protected due to the large number of predators that can seek to reach and devour chickens or chicks, such as dogs and stray cats, and sometimes even birds of prey, in addition to the large number of insects that will try to reach the chickens, such as cockroaches and flies, which cause by transferring diseases and epidemics to them. Secondly, heating. It is very important in the winter season to provide adequate heating inside the housing of the chickens, in order to avoid respiratory disease or death in some cases, especially from young birds because of their high sensitivity to the surrounding environment. Third, lighting. If possible, it is important to provide a thermal light bulb, that provides light and warmth at the same time, and operate it continuously, throughout the day, for young chicks whose ages range from 1 to 20 weeks, which is extremely important to encourage young growth and vitality. A lamp like this can be bought from agricultural stores, and if the number of chicks is small, it is possible to suffice with a standard lamp with a capacity of 75 to 100 watts to perform the job. If the chicks pile around each other a lot, this may mean that they are feeling cold and trying to get warmth from their body temperature, and then it will be necessary to bring the lamp closer to them or strengthen it. Most people prefer to start raising newly hatched chickens, at the age of 1 day, which can be bought from many local stores, and usually buy female chickens at first and avoid the pawns, because roosters are very noisy and violent with other hens, which will more comfortable without their presence. It is also possible to obtain and incubate the eggs of chickens until they hatch at home, or buy full-grown chickens ready to lay eggs, an option that may be comfortable for the newcomers to raise chickens. So there are several positives, including that adult chickens begin to give eggs quickly, and that they are much less likely to die than young hens, who constantly face the dangers of predators, diseases, pests and poor care. The first days of the life of poultry are dangerous for them, and therefore it is necessary to monitor the chickens during their first hours of hatching, and it is preferable to give them sugar-sweetened water at a rate of 8 to 10%, and you must also take into account not to crowd the chicks inside the cage, and it is important to clean the feeders for eating and drinking constantly to ensure their health. Heating and ventilation must be available inside her home. The hen house is a fundamental issue in raising it, and amateurs often choose to build a chicken house themselves, as it is easy and inexpensive, but it can be bought ready-made as well. It is possible to raise from 2 to 4 hens in one house, which is a sufficient number to obtain a high production of eggs. And after a period ranging from 20 to 24 weeks, 5 to 6 months, after hatching, the chickens are supposed to start laying eggs, and this is the stage which farmers begin to benefit from their chickens, and egg production usually is about 5 to 6 eggs per week, but it decreases in the fall and winter season with decreasing daylight hours, and with the start of the cycle of changing feathers. In the following spring, the chicken feathers will have regenerated and will return to producing eggs at a greater rate. In general, as 1 year passes from the age of the hen, its weekly production of eggs will decrease by approximately 20%. Nutrition: the chickens must be given the appropriate food. There are special feeds that can be bought from the market, and it is necessary to check the water daily to make sure that they are not lacking fluids. Chickens need a lot of food to produce their eggs and their young, so one of the best ways to feed them is to give them leftovers or leftovers from preparing food in the kitchen, such as leftovers from vegetables and fruits, or any leftover meat products. It can also be served with cooked rice, pasta, potatoes, corn, bread, or legumes such as raw lentils or raw rice, in addition to barley. It is also necessary to clean the feeders after each meal in order not to leave the opportunity for the occurrence of the rotting that results in the growth of microbes and fungi cause of sickness. Commercial feed is considered one of the foods provided to poultry that are raised on farms, and these feeds are distinguished by their high efficiency, because they contain the maximum energy consumed for growth and development, as well as contain high sources of protein that helps build their body, and the growth of their feathers, as well as basic minerals found in the feed to facilitate egg production. How to take care of chickens. First, daily care of chickens is necessary, and it is done by following the following steps. Make sure to provide daily clean water, and disinfect water containers if necessary. Securing large hanging food units, or providing specific quantities of food on a daily basis. Get rid of damaged eggs, and collect eggs daily. Spend time observing the chickens to ensure their health by observing their feathers, eyes, and physical activity. Secondly, monthly care. The monthly tasks in caring for chickens are as follows: change the straw that the chickens sleep on, according to the cleaning method used. It must be changed at least once if the place is in residential neighborhoods, but for large groups of chickens, it is recommended to replace straw, and to put a layer about 10 centimeters thick when the stool collects on it, then collect it and use it as fertilizer because of its richness in nitrogen. Clean chicken sleeping boxes from damp and hard straw and egg scraps. Cleaning the water containers, rubbing them with dishwashing liquid, then rinsing them well, sterilizing them, and one of the easiest sterilization solutions that can be used is bleach. It is prepared by mixing 1 part of bleach with 10 parts of water, and sterilizing the boxes with it. Third, annual care. The annual care of the chickens is done by following the following steps: cleaning the hen in general and sterilizing it using the aforementioned bleach solution, and spraying the soil and the roof with it to eliminate moths, and to keep the chickens in good health. Preparing the hive for the winter season, and making sure that there is enough space for chickens to roam inside the coop, to keep it warm. One of the most important things in raising these birds is to vaccinate them with the necessary vaccines to continue their growth without being exposed to common diseases among poultry, especially in the early period of their life. There is a need to ask and consult experts in the field. Poultry owners must take the necessary preventive measures to prevent chickens from contracting diseases, as typhoid, cholera, chronic respiratory diseases, infectious sinusitis, infectious chorea disease, infectious hepatitis, infectious synovitis, fowl pox, and fever are common. And other diseases of birds, and therefore poultry keepers should take strict health precautions, use antibiotics, vaccinations, and follow the confinement of broiler chickens, in addition to continuous and periodic monitoring of the health of poultry, and provide modern means of sanitation.